Good morning, guys. Hey, my bestie. Hi. I'm gonna make Christmas gingerbread cookies for you guys today. So I'm at my job. As you can see, it's nobody here, just me, which is really nice. So I'm gonna show you a very simple Christmas cookie that anyone can make. It would be more fun if you make them with your kids, but don't with your husband, okay? Because they probably eat all the chocolate before it's done. So this is a Swedish goodies. We call it candies. We call Dumle, which is really, really popular. Uh, it, I cut them. It looks like this from the inside. So, and it's like this. It's called Dumle. Goodies. So we buy this, you can buy this at IKEA. I'm sure they have them. And they even have the one with the gingerbread flavors. So you can use the one with the gingerbread flavors since it's Christmas. But since I can't find them at the local store, so I'll be using the normal one. So this is how it looks like. You can buy them, and then what you do is you cut them into half. It literally look like this when before you cut them. So you cut them the elongation uh, section, so it become like a longer piece of candies. So you're gonna pop this, press it into the cookies later, and then you bake them in oven. Then it's really that simple, right? So let's get on baking. So you need to have some paper foam. Let me just see if I can get you guys to see here. Let me just quickly set this up. Put up the, so you guys can see closer on my machine. And the best part is that I'm going to whisk the butter. I already put them in the microwave, so it's going to be whisked with sugar. So let me just five. Later, I'm going to use the other. It's easier if you're making a dough. So for me, I usually like to use this one. Then it become more. You promote more air into the batter. So it's that simple. So 5 deciliters of sugar and quite a lot of flour. So I don't know if this will be enough. Um, and don't worry, I'm gonna include the recipes, not this amount because I'm making like for tons of people. So you just follow my steps, you wouldn't go wrong. All right, 5 deciliter. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I check the butter. I don't want it to be too soft either. 4, right? 5, right? Yeah. So, and then put in the butter. See, it don't have to be really soft, just enough like this. This, I do not know how many it will bake. According to the Swedish recipe, they didn't indicate how many, but I would guess the portion that I will be giving you, this is 5 times the portion. So the portion that I will be giving you, it's just for one portion. So I bet it's approximately 20-25 cookies. And because I'm making about 200 people, so I need to make all at one time. And I promise you, you're gonna love this cookies. It's really gingery, and I'm gonna run through the ingredients we need. It's really simple. And also we have a krydda, we call it in Swedish. Sometimes it's really difficult for me to find words in English. Let me show you how it looks like. So this is a peppercorn. It's a gingerbread spice. You can get them at the baking store. Just ask them for gingerbread spice, and usually it comes with a packet. So you need about 5 tablespoons of this, but if you are making for one portion of 25 cookies, you just need about 1 tablespoon. So 1 packet goes a long way. You can make 2 times, and we're gonna discuss about the rest of the ingredient later. But first of all, let me just start this machine. While this is beating, let me show you the weather outside. I'll just flip the camera. Increase the heat, the speed. The timer. Since this is not a cake, so you don't need to beat the butter and the sugar very well, as long as they are not like mushy and it's a slightly puffy, so you can add the rest of the ingredient. So it's kind of difficult for me to gauge because this is the first time I use this machine. So I'm going to be changing this lid. See how convenient it is. And then just shake this off, and I'm going to remove. I'll be back. So I'm going to change it into this one so that we can incorporate all the flour. So you just have to press them and you replace it back. That's easy, right? So I have about 5 teaspoons of vanilla sugar with 5 teaspoons of baking powder. So I'm going to add into this butter and sugar. And also I have about 5 tablespoons of the gingerbread mix. So I'm just giving this a quick mix. Okay, so That's easy. And then you're gonna be needing quite a lot of flour. So let's pray, right? Let's pray. See that this is enough for my amount of flour. So I need a deciliter. So you need to make about 200 over cookies, I will be needing about 22 deciliter of plain flour. So you don't have to shift it if you like. If you have plenty of time, you can do that, but you don't have to. So I'm just going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I like to add 5 first and then, slowly add on. Going to scrap the side, which is quite a few flour, and then I'm going to continue to add more flour. 5, right? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stop this a while, and I'm going to add my remaining 50% of the flour. So, I missed some of the gingerbread. Okay, I need to add 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, stop. See, I have still 5 more deciliter. So this will be my last batch. So I can see that the dough is starting to become very dry. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's start out with 4 because I don't want the dough to be too dry. as you can see, I can see that the dough is like, just take a bit out and I'll show you how it looks like. So when I make cookies, I usually like to take out and squeeze them and see how's the consistency, because really it really bottom round to what kind of flour that you're using. So you always have to put lesser than it's supposed to, and then feel it for yourself. So is this the right consistency? I'm quite satisfied with this consistency because it's not that hard. It's quite soft. It's quite easy to form it. So this should be the right consistency. It says 4.5. So I would think that maybe, you stop at 4 and then take the dough out and feel it. All right. So I think I'm quite satisfied with this. You don't need to mix them further. So I'm going to take out the dough and roll, or maybe I just run them one more, because I want to make sure that the bottom is well mixed too. And you can always see from the bottom of the dough, you see the bottom is quite wet. So you don't want that either. So you want to make sure that you can mix them properly, like this, using a spatula or just move them. Just drop a few pieces. All right, just move them like this, and just check on the bottom, see if they are wet underneath. No, they are not. Okay, I'm just going to run. It's not wet, it's quite even, the mixture, but I'm just going to run them for just a few seconds before I pick it up, just to be sure. And also, I think the bottom is to me, is a bit wet. So I'm just going to add about a little bit more of the flour, just to make it slightly firmer. All right. So that's it. Take a taste. I think the cookie is done. You'll notice there is no salt added in this. I don't know why. Usually I like to add a little bit of salt to balance. Maybe I'm so used to cook like the Chinese way of cooking. So if you like to add a bit of salt, you can do that. So I think I'm done with this, and I'm going to pour the dough out so that I could knead them and bake them. Let me just on the oven. It's about 170 degrees. So I'm going to make 2 trays, 170 degrees. So let's quickly remove this. Okay, let me just push this aside so that I have more space to work. Let me just go and get my cups. So I bought this, it's like a mini cupcake, muffin cupcake, but it's a mini form. It's not very big, so this should be enough. So there are some metal one, I think it's even better, but we'll try a few and try and bake it and see if it works on this. So I'm just going to tilt the camera like this so you can see what am I doing. So just remove this. So usually I like to take a tray. Let me just get a tray. And then I just put all my cups in this. So I'm gonna just make a few and just see first, right? But it's better I put them all in here. But I will be baking just one and see. I usually like to do that because I want to make sure that I get the right texture, the right amount of flour, and whether or not it is sweet. So it's really simple: butter, sugar, vanilla sugar, baking powder, and gingerbread spice. And the other stars is just the Dumble cookies. Today I have posted out my vlog about how I overcome pain. So this is a very short vlog. It's actually more like a diary for me. I write my journal about how I deal with pain, and I'm not feeling anything bad because I just feel good. I just felt like I need to get my chest out of this situation and acknowledge my pain. I think one thing good about getting out your chest, it is only healthy for you mentally. So I hope this will inspire you to be taking control of your own life. So I will just put this aside first. Let me just put it here. And I'm going to get another tray to just try out a few. So I'm going to bake this and I'm going to show you how it looks like. So what you do is that you take out the dough. I'm going to take this out. Oops. Can you guys see? I'm sorry. Just sorry. Okay. Sometimes I forgot that you guys are watching. So I'm just going to pull this out. Pull this out. You see, it's so easy to go into the washing machine. And wipe my hand, and I'm just going to get a spoon. It will be good to get something like a small, like you can shape like a ball, but I think it doesn't matter. Just a spoon will do. So what you do is you take this dough, about a spoonful. Maybe to some of you guys is like a tablespoon, right? So depending on how big you want to make. So don't forget that it's baking powder, so it will rise, so you shouldn't make it too big. So what I like to do is I like to see the cup, how big is the cup, and then I'll just roll them. Let me just put it closer a bit. Yeah, like that. So I'm just going to put this one on top, and then I see for myself, okay, this is going to expand, right? So is this too big? Because don't forget, I'm going to press that. So I think obviously this is too big. I'm going to press that goodies on top. So I'm not going to make them like this big. So slightly smaller. And then I have a feel of it. So every time when I have that amount, I know this is the right amount. Another way to do it is you roll the dough out, right? And then you cut them. Of course, that will take space. But since I will be doing that later because I'm doing a lot at one time. So when I am done with this live streaming, I'm going to roll out the dough. But I'm just going to bake 2 or 3 and show you guys how it looks like. So approximately this much. So put them on the cup. And then you take this candy and then you place them in the center and you press them down. So as you can see, it's like, it's not full, but it's not either very small. So I think this is supposed to be the right amount. So 1. So roll it out. If you're making a lot, roll it out on a table and then just cut them. Okay, I have people coming. I don't know who is that? Okay, I think I have a guest. So I'm going to come back later, guys, and show you how it looks like. Okay, I'm going to continue because I don't want to be interrupted. Bye-bye.